Well, hey everybody, it's me, Jermaine, and I'm back with another Simple Truth update. And today's update is going to be a bit personal. And when I mean it's going to be a bit personal, I want to talk directly to my viewing audience, as I always do, but I'm going to be a little bit more direct and a little bit more in your face, so to speak. I have a question. Whatever happened to the days of being a man of your word? Whatever happened to that? Where when you gave your word was your bond. It was your commitment. It was basically your contract that you were going to live up to whatever you verbally committed to. And it's just gone by the wayside. Well, one reason I believe that has gone totally off the rails is because we live in a society where men are not being raised or taught by men. It's by no fault of the individuals that are being placed in that situation by circumstance, but it is the fault of the no good males. You know what I mean when I say that? You can go back and refer to men versus males to get an understanding. But what happens is we live in a society where men have begun to take on the attributes and the characteristics of women, and in turn, because men are becoming emasculated, feminized, and are just simply beginning to play for the other team or the other squad, women have had to step up into a role that was not theirs to begin with. This is not a slight in any way against the women out there, but it is, so to speak, a slight, because if you as women were raised properly and did not offer the prize, so to speak, before a man showed himself worthy, and I said a man, but a man would not overstep his bounds and disrespect the woman and put her into a position that was not right. Again, for a lack of better terms. So we have a situation out here where males do not honor their word, and they make commitments with their lips all the time. And then just as soon as something goes as they would consider it wrong, or they see something they don't like, then all of a sudden they feel that they have a right to break, as the word would call it, covenant, and then go and just do whatever they choose to do. And most would say, well, Jermaine, you know, people have the right to do what they want to do. And you're absolutely right on that. But where I would have to disagree with you is that if you bind yourself to someone or groups of people, you have to live up to your commitment. You can't let offenses, you can't let differences, and they're not irreconcilable differences as the court system would call it. You can't let differences cause a divide, which causes you as an individual to break your verbal contract. It's just amazing to me that people believe because they have the ability via social media, i.e. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, it is giving people a false sense of, number one, security, because they believe that they can, put their mouth on someone if they feel that they've been wronged, or they feel that what is going on is not what they would like. But then also, that all stems from the fact that we have males that are running around here and they are operating completely in their emotions. I just wonder. I really and truly wonder what is going to happen to this next generation that is coming along. Well, you kind of see what's going to happen. You see people who believe that they can be or do whatever they want to do. They can say whatever they want to say. And really, there's no consequence, because they are either ignorant enough to believe that because they have a place in the Constitution where it says you have freedom of speech. But see, freedom of speech does not mean you're freely able to just put your mouth on anyone and there are not going to be any consequences, because there is a price to pay when you decide to speak. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Had to make a quick pit stop. But as I was saying, we have lost the essence of keeping our word in this society that we live in today. It's not important. We feel that, and that's the key thing, we feel that we can do or say or act in any way we feel, that we want to. Now, someone might be a critic and say, well, hey, Jermaine, you're doing the same thing when you talk about the things that you talk about with The Simple Truth, utilizing YouTube to say the things you want to say. Well, in that regard, you're absolutely right. But I do not adopt a position without first paying attention to the things that are going on. Once I see the way things are going, and once I see how the actions play out, then I will take a position. And I cannot say without an equivocation, without a doubt, that has happened 100% of the time, but I guarantee you that it's happened more times than not that I weigh out a matter and then think it over and then make a statement or a video about what I've shared, what I've seen, or what I believe, or what mainly what I've seen, because I witness it and then evaluate and then record. So ultimately, if you are one that has made a commitment and you have broken said commitment, is it more honorable to go and, speak against the commitment that you made because you've been offended, or because you are not able to give up a certain amount of your high, lofty opinion of whether it be yourself or a situation? Just some things to consider. This has been The Simple Truth. And as I always tell you, it's the simple things that are oftentimes the most profound, but yet they're the most difficult to put into practice and to actually do. I want to thank you for joining me, and I'll be sure to see you, and you again on another episode real soon. Keep your word.